Hello there.
So, I've not really been active on this channel for the past 2 months. The reasoning for that is because I'm currently working on bigger projects, which are taking a lot more of my time. Not to mention the shit ton of procrastination that goes in, and because of this, I haven't really had time to piece together a smaller video. Until today, when I review the new push-along engines. Very much like Scotty Boy, I originally had no plan on picking these up or reviewing them, until I realized that they kind of are Trackmaster engines. Technically, they run on the same track, so technically they are Trackmaster engines and count for like a Trackmaster sort of ish review. So there's 4 to collect. Easy enough. I'll just go out to my local Smiths and see if I can find them. And coming back from that trip, I managed to get 3 out of the 4. Thomas, Percy, and James. Sadly, I couldn't find Henry though. Maybe somebody pipped me before there and, oh.
What the fuck?
So, I can't get Henry natively. Might as well wait until he pops up on eBay then. But I'm gonna need to fill his role in the video with something. You know what? You're good enough. Right, let's open these bad boys up. Opening them up and putting them together honestly makes me appreciate them. They look really good in scale with each other, which I think is one of the strengths about these, especially since they're new molds, which I don't think have been used before. But now I think we should look at them individually, and we'll start, as always, with Thomas. Thomas is definitely one of the better engines in this line, in my opinion. One of the things I like about this the most is that it's like a little chibi version of the Trackmaster one. And I really like that, especially since they basically run on the same track. It's nice to have them have some kind of symmetrical consistency rather than previous, where it was just whack as fuck proportions next to whack as fuck proportions. I do like how some of the parts are now separate pieces instead of being molded in. While we still have some pieces which are molded in, it's nice to have some pieces which are separately fitted. This goes across all the engines, but I quite like the side rods that they put on these. Yeah, they may be static, but it gives the illusion that they're actually trains and not just toys. Now, Thomas isn't perfect. One thing, the buffers at the front are painted, but the back ones are not, which is really annoying, but easily fixable. This other change isn't fixable though. It's the fact that you can only unscrew Thomas's smoke box, which on the surface doesn't seem like a big problem. But if you want to customize this thing, you're going to have to be very careful with it, otherwise you might end up breaking it. Which, I don't want to break it, so he's just going to stay as is. But if I was going to customize it, that would have been a major pain in the ass. So overall, Thomas is a great little toy, and I really like it. Dare I say, I think he's one of my favorites of the range so far? Probably not my favorite, but definitely my favorite tank engine. He's definitely up there, I'd say. So that was Thomas, but what about Percy? I think Percy's fine, but not at the same level as Thomas in my opinion. Again, like Thomas, I do like that there are separately fitted pieces on Percy. Makes him feel more unique than what came before. If there's one thing which I think drags this release down, it's Percy's rear. The number 6 is a bit too big in my opinion. And the back is just very, very bare bones. Though for some reason he got painted buffers. Why didn't Thomas get painted buffers on the back? But Percy did. You can't cherry pick who you want to do it with. Also, why are Percy's eyes so big? I get they're trying to make him look kind of innocent, but they're a bit too big. It's like he's staring into your soul sometimes.
And stop staring at me with them big old eyes!
Also, to accommodate his side rods, they removed his cylinder. Why? It's a core part of Percy's character. Without it, he looks less like a saddle tank, and more like those generic 040s you get at the start of your model train journey. So overall, Percy is fine. He's fine on our first service, but the more you look at it, the more holes you might find. It's kind of like death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's not bad when you first look at it, but the more you look, it kind of... yeah. Now moving on to our final character of the video, here's James! Out of all the characters in this video, I think James is my favourite. He's a very good representation of the character itself. First of all, again, you have a separately fitted detail with the dome, though there is a cost. The side rail is just painted on, which... why exactly? I love that this James has a painted whistle, especially since most ranges just completely miss the whistle. One thing I like is how the front half of him is mostly metal with only a few bits of plastic. I really like that, it makes him feel quite weighty. Now, would I call James perfect? No. There are some gripes with him. First up, his wheels and side rods. His wheels are grey, which isn't accurate, but I'll give him a pass because he has had grey wheels in the past. But the side rods? Why are they a yellow colour? The other engines have a greyish colour, so why is James's yellow? Did someone take a piss on them?
What the hell kind of follow-up question is that?
Also, the tender sucks. It's a retool of the All Engines Go tender, and it just kind of feels out of place. Especially since Henry got a new tender, why couldn't they do the same with James? So overall, the new push-along James is really good in my opinion. It's my favourite out of this range. And dare I say it, I think this is better than his Trackmaster model. This one feels a lot more in proportion compared to the other one. And, in my opinion, is the better of the two. And, that's it.
That's it?
Look, I want to do a review on Henry just as much as you do, but I can't get him because Mattel are being stupid and not releasing him in the UK. So, I can't do him. I'm sorry. There's just no way for me to get him. Or so I thought. On one of the rare occasions I decided to actually go back to Twitter, I saw this tweet from Tramagent Studios, and I saw that they managed to get their hands on a Henry. But how? They also live in the UK, so they're in the same... Wait, they got it through a website called AliExpress?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So thanks to AliExpress, I've managed to get my hands on Henry. Thank God, so I can do this video properly. Well, I'm not going to do much with him just sitting in the box. Let's get him out of the box. Holding him out of the box leaves me with quite a lot to say about him. First up, I quite like this face they've gone for him. It's kind of a mix between his CGI face with his eyebrows from the Hit era. And I quite like that. If there's one thing I'm kind of 50-50 on, it's Henry's splashes. On the one hand, thank God they got rid of that half one. It is really annoying. But on the other hand, I kind of wish there was a third one. Not like the half one actual one. Because Henry with two splashes just kind of looks wrong. Going back to something I like, I love the new tender. It feels so true to the original series, and I love that. Even if mine has slightly fucked up lining, putting the tender with the actual engine itself, this feels so good, and I love it. But unfortunately, Henry is kind of squished a bit. Compared to James, he's a lot shorter than him, which doesn't really add up because Henry is a longer engine than James. But at least he's accurate size compared to the tank engines. So overall, Henry is pretty good. He's not my favourite of the range, and I think he's third overall, but I still think he's a good model. God, I wish he came to the UK though. And that's it. For real this time. That is all the new push-along engines released in 2025. And before anyone goes, oh yes, you missed the Diamond Ruby Thomas and the Storybook Thomas, I'm not reviewing those ones because the Ruby Thomas has a bit of a paint problem and I can't find it anywhere. And the Storybook Thomas is a chase. And if we're not getting Henry in the UK, I'm just going to say it, we have absolutely no chance of getting the Storybook Thomas. I'll happily eat my words if I'm wrong, but if we're not getting Henry, I just do not see us getting the Storybook Thomas. So, hate to be a downer, but I don't think that's coming to the UK either. Sorry. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know which one of these is your favourite. I'll be really happy to know which one is your favourite. My favourite is James, followed by Thomas, then Henry, by Percy. But let me know your order. Right, with that out of the way, I'm going to go back to editing one of my bigger projects. So, see you guys then. Also, a big fuck you to iCloud for making this video a pain in the ass to edit.